Hey there, my name is Dave Lockwood with Demolition, and welcome to our daily vlog. So this is our pure entrepreneur channel, and basically what we talk about on here is what we're doing to grow our brick and mortar location throughout the whole state of Florida, and all the little micro steps that it's taken to do that. Meanwhile, we have a book that should be out any day now. We're in the very final touches of it. I had a professional writer look over what the other professional writer was doing. I wasn't quite happy with it, and we're at that point now. Now this writer has a relationship with a publisher. She is of the opinion that, and I want to play it out. She's of the opinion that the if I get published by somebody who has a name, then what happens is it just gives you a little more credibility. So that's what we're trying to do with that. We're trying to set ourselves up with the expert status and be able to come at the marketplace and say, hey, we know a lot about this stuff, and we think we can help you if you want to do something like this. And I mean, that's pretty much the short version. So it's funny as far you talk about grit. Okay, so I've had one blunder after another by the medical field. I got this infection, okay, and it's on my hand up here, and I had it for a little while. It wasn't healing, and I had my doctor's appointment, my dermatologist appointment coming up, so I just waited to see them. And then when I went in to see them, the lady looks at it and says, I think that's just probably some sun skin cancer, and they hit that stuff with their liquid nitrogen, and off you go. So she says, hey, to this, she says, hey, there's that doesn't look like the normal skin cancer. Keep an eye on that. If it doesn't heal up in 2 weeks, give me a call. So it did heal up in 2 weeks. I gave her a call, let her staff know that she thought it was very important, and they didn't particularly care what she said, and they pushed me off for another 6 weeks. So I'm just thinking that I'm overreacting or something. So okay, I'll go see her in 6 weeks. So I show up in 6 weeks. Well, she freaks out. She couldn't contain what was going on in her body language. I could tell. I haven't been a salesman my whole life. It's like, So she takes a culture, sends it off. Not a real deep culture. She sends it off and has them look at it. This is Wednesday. She calls me Friday night at 7 o'clock, and she's like, hey, I want you to know that I have to report this to the CDC, and you'll have an infectious disease doctor calling you in a few minutes. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So that's what happened. So I go, the doctor says, hey, can you come see me first thing in the morning? And da-da-da-da. So I did. She puts me on some antibiotics, some aggressive antibiotics for a couple of days. I have to go down and get infused each morning. And she comes back the fourth day and then says, and I should go back and have an appointment with her. And she's like, look, this ain't healing. She said, it's not healing at all. So, she says, look, you need to go get another culture. So get a hold of this dermatology company and go get another culture. And she says, I want you to get a CT scan. And what the CT scan is they wanted to scan my arm and see how far this infection had gotten to. And her body language couldn't lie either. She was very concerned. So, they're concerned. I'm concerned. So I've done everything that they asked me to do. So I go and I leave there. She says, look, I need you to get a hold of these guys, and you need to do it right away, and I need you to do this, and you need to do it right away, and so on and so forth. So About an hour later, she calls me up and says, "Hey," and this is like a late appointment. I forget. It was like 5 o'clock or something like that. She says, I'm on the phone trying to get into Quest. I'm trying to get into the terminology. I'm trying to help them understand the importance of this. And she calls me back and she says, "Look, here's what I need you to do. You need to go to the emergency room." I'm like, "Okay, well, where do you want me to go?" I said, "Listen, let's go to a hospital that knows you and is going to respond to you." She says, "Okay." And she told me it was Baker down in Naples. So I went there and I proceeded to be there for 4 days. They eventually got me in, got me a culture, put in a PICC line, set me up so I was going to get an infusion. So I got infusions for a whole month. I've got on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I got 3, total of about 6 hours a day. And then on the other days of the week, I had 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. So I went through this whole thing, no change. So I'm concerned about that. And let's see, what happened next? Okay, so out of nowhere, the person who's doing my home health says she's coming in and changing my bandages for my PICC line every Monday. She says, "Yeah." She says, "You're off your meds starting on." You're off your second set of antibiotics infusions on Wednesday. I'm like, "Oh, that's nice to know." So I'd gone to the doctor the week before, and he basically said, "Okay, these kind of cultures can take a long time to grow." They told me that up front. So he says, "I'm going to call and check and see if we figured out what this was through the lab." I'm like, "Okay." He said, "I'll call you if you did." So I'm in the middle of two little meetings. His phone number calls me from his office, not his phone number, but the office. So I couldn't get to it quick enough. So I just figured he'd leave a message, but he didn't. And then I called him back on both times, and nobody got on the phone with me. So meanwhile, the next Monday morning, she says, "You don't have to take the big bag anymore." And then by the time I talked to her again, she says, "You don't have to take the little bags anymore." I'm talking about the antibiotics. So then, right after that appointment, I had a prescription that popped onto my phone. Nobody said anything to me. I'm on a regular. I'm mindful of my health. I just figured it was a refill, and I get it the next time I was at the grocery store. Because that's who I use for my pharmacy. So I'm at the store picking up some stuff. I go over and get it. Well, it's another antibiotic. So he told me once they figured out what this is, we were going to go to an oral antibiotic, and that he'd be able to dial in directly on whatever this is, and it would heal up. He didn't say quicker. He just said it will heal up. So I get that, and next morning I start taking it, and then she shows up, and then she's taking this out, and then she says, "Thursday I'll be back. We're taking out your PICC line." And I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" There's nobody communicating with me. I called his office and asked him, "Well, I'll have the PA call you back." And it's just, what a freaking nightmare. So she comes in, she takes the PICC line out. The next morning, no, actually 2 mornings later, actually when was that? Thursday. Saturday, Friday evening, I look at my chest, and the capillaries all over are busted, and there's a whole bunch of redness up on my shoulder. So I go in, and I'm like, Logan's biological mother is our emergency room nurse, so I sent her a picture of it. She says, "Geez, Dave, I think that's something you need to be concerned about." So I said, "Okay." She says, "Yeah, you probably should go to the ER in the morning." So it was important, but not crazy important. That's what I got out of that. So I go, I sleep, I get up, I look at it again. It is worse. It is 50% worse. So I go run my day till about 3 o'clock until these. I got 2 new employees right now, and I'm working closely with them. I go down there. They admit me. Now I got blood clots. So I've been in the hospital again for another since Wednesday. Today's Saturday. And these doctors looked at my arm, and the arm was pussing up, and I squeezed the pus out in front of the doctor down in Naples, and he said, "Oh, that's to be expected." I'm like, okay, I'm trusting that this guy knows what he's doing. That's to be expected. So meanwhile, there's a nodule on my forearm, and it was about the size of a dime. Well, now it's the size of a 50-cent piece, and it's raised up about a half an inch, and it's all red, and it's getting sensitive. Now I have another one growing underneath my arm. So all of this, okay, there's a reason why I'm going to tell you this. So all of this, I'm hearing from Angie, my wife. I'm hearing from Jill. You need to be your own advocate. You need to be your own advocate. You need to be your own advocate. And I'm like, okay, well, the funny thing is I told her how important this was, and she wasn't able to impress it upon them to get me in at the dermatologist's office. That's one thing I'd like to say. The other thing I would like to say is I hear you, but man, I don't know oh my gosh, if this is what people are dealing with that are sick, are really sick, I guess I'm sick at this point. God bless you, and I'm going to tell you, you need to be your own advocate. So at this point, I'm listening to every single solitary thing they say. When they tell me they're going to put me on something, I'm asking them why, and so on and so forth. I'm just not giving them blind trust anymore. So now, yesterday, I went in, they cut all this stuff out. According to them, it's not going to heal because your body encapsulates foreign objects and keeps it away from your body, but it also keeps the antibiotics from getting into the sore. So they cut all this stuff out so that the antibiotics can get in and get the sore cleaned up. So I had 3 abscesses and maybe a third or fourth one. Even they didn't communicate with me after the fact and tell me what they found on the fourth one. But anyway, they got me in, got it taken care of. I think it's good. I don't know. I'm gonna find out. I'm on a new antibiotic, and then I start another new one on tomorrow. Or today. So, at any rate, I was talking about grit. Okay, so the moral of the story here is 2 things. One is I have a concierge doctor too, and I showed this to him. He didn't know what it was either. So he didn't do anything really in saying, hey, this is a real problem either. So I'm just telling you, you got to be your own advocate, okay? Because in this situation, there were parts in this situation where I got the idea that this was really not that big a deal, and I had thought about just saying piss on it. So thank God I didn't. I don't know. Maybe they're overreacting. Maybe this is a big insurance grab. I don't know. That's the thing that's frustrating, okay? You trust that the professionals around you are being professional. And I have good insurance. I think I have good insurance. It seems that nobody was complaining about it. Let's put it that way. So the grit is, I'm in the hospital. I feel like crap. I mainly feel like crap because I'm not able to move around and I'm being restricted, and I don't work well under those guidelines. So I'm a grinder, man. I'm a D grinding A type person. So anyway, here I am. It's Saturday morning, 4:30 in the morning is what time I got started. I got all my medicine taken care of. Did some real quick household stuff that I needed to do. And here I am back at it. So it's funny. I've had these 2 hurricanes and I've had this thing going on, and it's just it's not no fun. I'm 60 years old, and I started about 2.5 years ago with Fountain Life, recognizing that if I didn't mind my health, because I'd gained enough weight that when I was moving around, it was difficult. It was getting more difficult. And I could tell if I didn't do something, I was going to be in a pickle. So now here I am. I've been doing the Fountain Life for that long. I started to get rheumatoid arthritis. I talked to both the doctors about that in the hospital. I actually talked to like 4 doctors. I asked them these questions. And so I've lost enough weight that the rheumatoid arthritis, knock on wood, is gone. So this Humira is what caused this thing in the very beginning, because what happens is it lowers, I'm taking the Humira to take off the edge of the rheumatoid arthritis, and what that does is it lowers your ability to fight infection. Well, the lady told me that, but I had no idea that something like this could happen. She didn't say you need to be super crazy careful about getting an infection. Never said that. I don't know that it would have made any difference, honestly, but here I am. Here I am now. I've lost enough weight. The thing that they talk about inside of Fountain Life is your metabolic. It's called metabolic syndrome, which is your gut health is all messed up, and you can see through the chemical makeups of everything that they're doing to test me, where they tested me for everything under God's earth. They basically. I mean, I'm in great health. I've gotten very healthy inside and out. I looked like I was healthy outside, I think, pretty much. To me, I did. And people didn't say I looked sickly or anything. So basically, here I am on this journey with them. I've gotten healthier. I've dropped like 50 pounds. And within dropping 50 pounds, the rheumatoid arthritis symptoms have gone away. Okay, now I've been taking antibiotics like they're candy for 6 weeks or 8 weeks. I don't know if that is suppressing the rheumatoid arthritis symptoms or not. Now I asked all these doctors and they shook their heads like that has nothing to do with it. So, maybe God's blessing me and getting that off of me, and I'm paying attention better. Thanksgiving was yesterday or 2 days ago. Yesterday. Let's see, 2 days ago. I got to spend it in the hospital. So I don't know. I think we're doing good with the SEO. Got that done. Now I'm at the tail end of the book, and I'm going to get that published. I'm not sure which way I'm going to do that. We have the website. I'm getting the landing page put together. I bought this program from a guy named Zonner a long time ago. It's a very detailed coaching program to get one-on-one coaching stuff going on. I'm going to get that rolling here. I'm going to get online with Go High Level, and what I need that for is I got all these platforms and I got all these messages coming in, and I can't handle them all. It's too much. So I'm going to get that underway. When Clarabelle comes back on Monday, I'm going to do some more training with her. So at any rate, that's it. That's the vlog for today. This is Remove It Pros Demolition, coming to you as Remove It Pros Pure Entrepreneur. A lot of things we've been working on for about a year are all coming together, and I'm going to use that term again. I'm pretty freaking excited. Everything's starting to come together, and it won't be long now, and we'll be able to start generating money with this channel, like I think we should, and we absolutely add value with what we know and how we do it. It works for sure. We do it every day, and I'll see you on the next video.